Hello, lads and girls, this is Slapchop and welcome back to another mini update episode. Alright, so I had not done a whole lot this week. Just started to paint a little bit on this. And put on some metal and also a bit of this yellow, orange. And also tried to do like a, I don't know, do you call it like a flare effect? Like where it's been burned on the barrel of the gun. So it's like bluish, then it goes over to purple, and then I used a light yellowish brown. And to get this effect, I actually used some speed paint that I did water down a little bit. So I did use pellet bone for the brown parts at the further back, and just like a little bit of water, mix it out to make it thin, very thin, and that seemed to work pretty well to get that effect. And then I used the Hive Dweller purple, also with a bit of water, to get that purple light effect. And oh yeah, first up, I should probably tell you, the metallic color I used here is the Vallejo Game Color Gunmetal, and I love this metallic color, so good. Okay, that was the Dwarf Purple, and then I used the High Load Blue, also with a bit of water, just at the very edge. And I think that effect is actually looking pretty good. I maybe should have gone a little further with it. Not really sure. But yeah, I just started to do a little bit of the metallics here. On the saw blade, the machine guns, some bolts and stuff. There isn't much more here that needs to be metallic or maybe black. So I still need to do a lot of that. So that is what I've done this week, and I thought, how about we do a little bit of painting? Just paint and talk, right? That's always fun. So I was thinking of doing a bit of a Slapchop on this Cruel Boy. So I got my rusty little dry brush, got a hard palette, a little bit of paper to remove excess paint, and I'm gonna start with the stone wall gray. So this is like a warm gray. Don't need a whole lot of that. Oh, that looked yellow. Alright, and then we take the dry brush. I haven't done a whole lot of this type of painting though. Alright, it looks like it's good enough. I'm getting a little bit of paint on my hand. So let's see, let's just... Oh, there was actually quite a lot left in that one. Well, that means we're getting a lot of paint on this one. That's probably a good idea. I don't think it will matter too much there, but... yeah, because the plan with this is just to use speed paint on it later on. And see if we can get this done somewhat fast. I mean, that's the whole idea with the Slapchop method, right? Get your minis painted to like a tabletop standard pretty fast. Alright. Let's make sure we get his underarm too. I want to get like more or less all of the bits with this warm gray color. We get as much color on this as possible. Not the easiest thing to keep this on camera, I noticed. But yeah, that looks pretty good. Alright, so then we will need a white. And I think I have that somewhere here. And I just had it. This is some professional me. Righto. We go. So we got a dead white from Vallejo game color. Gotta say, I actually love the game colors. As far as I've been painting with them, seems to go down pretty darn well. Alright, and there's still a little bit of that warm grey on here. Okay, there we go. Just went a little hard on my hand and then more or less whacked off. This should just hit the highest parts. And just more or less highlight those parts that are sticking out the most. Just to let you know that I'm not speeding this up, but I am working somewhat fast with this. There's still color in this? Alright, let's add a little more on there. This palette is spinning about. Making sure we whack most of it off. And then we can go back in there, making sure we light all of those high edges up. I mean, it looks pretty cool just black and white though. So, honestly, I wouldn't mind just having it like that. It's a pretty cool method. So, all I have done with this one is prime it black. And I think this one was actually primed with an aerosol can. So you don't need an airbrush. Also a nice thing. I do have one, but I know not everyone does. So those people, I would actually say that this is a really nice idea. Right, just dipping this in some water, making sure we can whack up some of that color. Always a good idea to clean your brushes. Alright, and now it's clean. Cool. Alright, so time to get down with some colors then. So, last episode I did tell about a mix that I made with Army Painter Speed Paint using the Orc Skin and the Zealot Jello. So I'm gonna do those. Yeah, shaking ASMR. So, one drip. Won't be needing a whole lot of these, since there's only some skin. And oh, maybe I should shake this one first, so we don't get some unshaken color. Alright, and 1 and 2. So that's kind of my measurement. I go with 1 parts green, or well, orc skin, to 2 parts of the yellow. And I found that mix to be pretty good orc skin. Okay, mixing it up. And if I do like some streaks like this, you can see it's a very, very light green. And so I'm gonna put this down on like his arms. This is the part where you need to be a little careful if you're gonna go with like speed paints or contrast colors. I mean, it worked with contrast too, so I think it was that was actually used in the beginning with this. I just happen to have speed paint on hand in lots of different colors, so just convenient for me. This guy actually had a lot of scars that I didn't even see. Oh, let's stop a little there. See if we can fix that by cleaning the brush and going back over. If nothing else, I can at least thin out that green. Make it less visible. Alright. And go back in there. And then we also have his face. I don't know if you see this, but I am actually clamping the handle down, making sure I have my other hand on the table as I'm doing this, just to make sure I'm stable. Alright, like so. It goes a lot better with like big areas like the back, like this. Because those are places where you don't need to be as careful. I've been dreaming on in my head like I've seen it. A life worth living is a life with meaning. I'll do what I love till my heart stops beating. I'm feeding this demon. Got a taste, can't erase bitterness. Okay. Man, getting his hand there is a little tricky. I have glued the whole thing together, so just making sure we get the back there covered. Alright. Then we just have the kneecap and the foot. Didn't get a whole lot of color on that foot. It is mostly black, so I think I'm missed a little there. It wasn't easy though with all that cattails. I think that's what they're called. In the way. It wasn't too easy to reach. I probably should have seen if I haven't had a smaller dry brush. I know you can also use like makeup brushes if you have some of those on hand, or steal some for your girlfriend. Nah, don't steal them. Ask her if you had some spares and you could like get them and tell her you buy some new ones. Just say you need them to like paint some orcs. Alright, so got all of the green skin done. So next up, I think we're gonna go with the leather, and I'm gonna use the speed paint Hardened Leather. Well, nice color. Brownish. Just give us a little bit of that. And put it down on the leathery parts. Oh, notice that was off camera there. I guess I could move the camera a little bit. And move my lamp out of the way for you. It isn't disturbing you. Alright, but now it will be easy for you to see what I'm actually doing. And let's be a little careful so we don't cover something we already covered. This also is a very popular method for getting like D&D miniatures painted. Because those who might not have a lot of time, your game is like on Saturday. You just have so much time to paint it. And it probably is a great idea then. Because it will probably look good enough for you to enjoy the game. You and your mates. Looking there at that cool monster that you just painted like 2 hours ago. Alright, I think I'm actually running a bit low on this color. I'm painting all of this wine he got around his legs. Alright. Here we go, adding some more of this. Can put a little muck in the brush, but we'll make it work. Alright, and then we have these. Okay, that doesn't do too much though, because I was planning on using metallic colors on these. So those will be painted over. So those I ain't too worried about. I also just noticed that I missed his hand. This behind the shield is it's probably not too visible, but it's gonna drive me crazy knowing that I missed that. Alright, so far so good, I would say. Now then, let's see, where do we have dark wood? So I'm gonna use this for the stick of his spear. So we'll only need a little bit. Just a little bit. We'll go a long way. I mean, we didn't manage to get much light on that one. And besides that, the dark wood is, well, dark wood. There we go. And right now I noticed again that I missed some leather parts right down here. That's the good thing about speed paint and stuff like that, not drying too fast on the hard palette. You can just go back with it wherever you see that you missed something. Also, that dark wood might work pretty good on the cattails. And I think I'm just gonna use pure orc skin. Might put a drop in there. Here, this is a very vibrant green. I can use it for like grass and stuff. There we go. Looking good. Alright, and the shield. The shield. I think I would like that one to be red. So, I do have the blood red. So, shaking this up. Let's put that in here. Just get it all over the shield. Gonna try and not hit the teeth though, because I kind of want to hit those with like pellet bone later on. There we go, getting some of that inside of the shield too. At least as far as I can see. And it looks like I didn't paint over any of the green. That's great. So I know this color reactivates, which might be an issue. And that's also why I feel like don't try to go close to where you've been earlier. Or, well, paint over it. That's what you should probably do. Oh. Small little stuff. Oh, yeah. There I made a mistake. Just like I said, going close to where you already painted will bring its problems. Alright, let's see. I was just going to say, do I have any paper? And of course I do. Alright, don't think I will get any more of that off. Yeah, that could have gone better. I could go over it with a bit of white, but meh. Don't really feel like it. So, now then. This episode is gonna get a little long, isn't it? Hope you don't mind. Let's go with the gunmetal from Leo Game Color. This is my favorite metallic so far. And man, I'm pushed out quite a lot there. I don't need that much. Just put some of that down here. It's such a nice, like, darkened metallic. I think I prefer this over Citadel's metallics. Quite honestly. Because I used some of those too, but I feel like these are way better. More alive somehow. Alright, so almost done with metallic there too. Alright, and then it's your knee pad. We'll make that metallic. And this end piece on your spear. And the underside, the spear. Almost doing a lot of dry brushing. This is just more or less like my go-to brush. It was a cheap army painter, and it was like probably my first brush, so I've been using this for, man, what is this, like half a year? Something like that. And it's been serving me well. Yeah. So there we go. So I want the paint to dry on this, so that's gonna have to wait for a while. And then I'm gonna go over the metallics with a shade, RX Earth Shade. I really like this one on metals if they're going to look like grimy. So for me, this really looks good on orcs. But I think I'm gonna end off this episode here. I do hope you enjoyed me doing a little bit of Slapchop on here, just talking smack, painting up an orc. Well, a cruel boy. So, I do hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you all next week. And sorry again for this episode being a bit late. I did have some trouble with the recording, so that's why it took me a while. Anyways, I do hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Until then, bye bye!